yes indeedy. Oh, darlings, that goes all out to our water protectors there today in Washington, D.C. Let's show them how it's done, baby. Hold that innocence. Hold that innocence in the shining sun. Show them the power of love. Show them how it's done, man. Remind them that we're all about living in life, about caring for one another, and especially caring for our earth, so that our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren receive of a more paradisical existence than we could ever dream of. That we allow a complete reformation, rehabilitation, a return to the innocent heart of Mother Earth, a return from the place of non-innocence, where it was only skullduggery and intrigue and each person for themselves, and he with the most gets to fall over dead in the end, and it don't work anyway. So why in the hell do you want to live that way? What kind of flow are you serving anyhow? See, this is a message back in Washington, D.C., man. Who is your master? What is your life all about? You know, where is your heart? Are you a human being? Because if you're an alien occupier, get the hell out of our government and get the hell out of our life. Because we don't want no aliens telling us what to do, man. You know, we're bad enough to each other already without all that alien interference. So, you know, and let's just put them all to the test, man. Look at them through the eyes of the heart. Be truthful about what you see. And I think in more than just a few of them back there in that Washington, D.C. that seem to be the rulers over everything bullshit. Well, anyway, just take a look. See what you see there. See if there isn't something a little more monstrous behind that smiling face and that starched outfit that looks so, you know, undivine, you know, and acts that way too. Little hogs at the trough, man. Gee, so you guys are so disgusting, but you know, in a way, you're kind of entertaining. Same way pigs are, you know. It's fascinating to watch pigs go at it when you dump out the old hog slop. Man, they don't care if they got a waller in it. They're going to do it, and they're going to get their share of it ahead of everybody else because they're hogs, baby, and taking it all if they can. And you got each one of you guys like that back there, man. You lost your innocence so long ago. So here's these water protectors, these sweet, innocent hearts from all across this country and all across this earth, I might add. And their numbers may not be, 2 billion, but guess what? They're all 7 billion of us in persona, baby. Whether there's 100 or 10 million of them standing there, reminding you, marching there, reminding you, holding that heart, singing a prayer. Understand, baby. This is the arrival of the new reality. This is the arrival of the understanding heart. Coming consciously present in every person that lives, especially those that live in places like that little hog trough. God, the stench of the slop and the pig shit. Oh my God. That's why I tell you, man, guys, we got to let the sea reformate this place. Put it under the water for a while, man. Let the sea take care of it. We can make it an underwater museum, out of Washington, D.C. We can have little glass submarines. We can go down there in little parties of 20 or 30 and, cruise through all the monuments and shit and see what used to be, Be damn glad to be rid of it, man, Gee. See, well, what we do, babies, now that we share with them the reality of truth, the reality of respect for the mother, of being alive inside. Because they get to feel some life, man. A lot of these dudes and dudettes have been dead inside. I mean, they have no feeling whatsoever. And the only feeling they have is, yes, I will obey. That's what they got going on. I'm sorry to say, but it's one way humans have chosen to exist day after day. And they think that makes them powerful because they let other energies manipulate and control them. And therefore manipulate and control the reality around them to a certain extent, see. But now, with the love that's arriving in our heart, our collective heart, with the conscious presence of creation, we take it out of their hands. These unconscious clowns can't be trusted anyway, until we bring them around, and then they're part of us, and everything's okay, see? We got to handle it that way, because if we get vindictive about it, babies, it's going to be nothing but hell to pay for the rest of forever. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired of going in that cycle. I don't want to do it anymore, okay? And I think the collective's kind of chosen to have it that way, too. So that's why we're waking up. That's why there's innocent hearts back there in Washington, D.C., the headquarters of intrigue and dirty dealing, double dealing, triple dealing, quadruple dealing, and you know, all this shit that goes with it, man. You know, selling your mother down the river. Hell, you have to do that just to get in. Then they work on the rest of your children next, man. You know, sell them out too. I mean, darlings. See how crazy and corrupt it can be, you know. And listen, if they can't buy you out that way, they get some kind of, because everybody has their weaknesses, you know, so they get some kind, or they manufacture something, you know. But they will get something. When I say they, I'm talking about the manipulators in D.C., the energy behind the energy behind the energy behind the energy that is directly confronted by an innocent heart today. En masse, I might say. In the form of a bunch of crazy engines and all their supporters. And I love them for it too, man. Forgive me for my, indiscretion there in speech. But it is. That's exactly what it is. And I'm loving you guys for it. Be the crazy engines that you are. All of you, no matter where you come from on this earth or who your ascendancy you claim to be from, you know. Listen, babies, your little titties and your little belly button especially tell you we all go back to one mother, that we're all an extension of one mother's heart, man. You look at the paintings over there in Europe on the walls of those old cathedrals. You know, there's Adam and Eve, and guess what? They both got belly buttons. What does that tell you, baby? They came after the mother, too. See, the mother is the one. The mother is the one we're realizing now. And as we do, we empower the sun inside. That's when we take the magic ride. We become the glow, and, you know, we're always in the flow then, because we're like the sun and the earth together, creating. But it's from the inside out, not the outside in any longer. So the sun don't shine on us, it shines in us. And from within, you know, expands outward into creation. It's the light that enlightens the organic light into love in expressions called humans and otherwise. You know, we're the experiential plasma of the universe putting itself together in an experiential form. Muscle and blood and skin and bones, and load 16 ton, and what do you get? Well, run over and then 30 years to life because you didn't take care of your wife. Oh, darlings, it can be so crazy here. But see, we're unmasking it, dear. We're taking off the Guy Fawkes mask, even off the anonymous, man. No one's anonymous. We don't need to be, baby. You know, we know enough to let go. We know enough to see through the bullshit. We go back to the innocent side of it inside of ourselves, and there's the innocence inside of everything and everyone else. See, that's what innocence is. Seeing through the bullshit of all this insanity, you know, and all this insane stealing from one another, no matter how you choose to describe it, and creating harm and looting and rapage all across this earth. It's just total frickin' insanity. But, you know, if you can see it for that, guess what? You did move beyond it, baby, because you move beyond it. Others do, too. See, this is how we revolt. This is how we change. This is how we re-evolve back into the natural status of the human creative heart that we are as a collective, as individual persons in that collective, as a collective that operates well beyond the realms of government and finance and bullshit like that. That is the most worst and stupidest and wickedest and dumbest piece of doo-doo we ever could have stepped into. We've done it for thousands of years, and look what it's done to us, man. Well, learn your lesson. Know better, you know. I mean, we still got the elements of that world to deal with. Do so creatively. Do so from your heart. You know, if you work for a paycheck, do it because you love doing it. If you don't like it, if you're only doing it for money, get the hell out of it. Go do something else. Money will lead you to itself in a more creative way if you just return to your innocent heart. Allow yourself to have that innocence and allow it to demand a better life for yourself, and give that to yourself. Let it be. Let it come through you. Let yourself be this innocent angel that you are. Did you know in that innocence is the ultimate power? So all you dumb bunnies back there in Washington, D.C., dumb clowns that are coming around, by the way, you want the ultimate power? Slip back into your innocent heart. That isn't you can find your heart at all. I think you hit it so well, it's going to be tricky biz, eh? But don't worry, just ask one of the water protectors. They'll help you know. They'll sing you a little song and help your heart start to glow. I mean, only in innocence can we share in this way. But this is awakening. This is coming back to life so you don't have to cheat and, plot against your fellow human beings. No, this is working together in total and complete divine harmony, just the way we always wanted to be, and just the way we always are, despite the tragic comedy that we live in here and all the bullshit that goes with it. That's just one aspect. That's just the 3D. Kind of a dreaming world, don't you see? There's no real power in it. The power lies beyond the dream, in the dreamer. And the dreamer's heart, which creates the dream. Now you're starting to remember, you remember that heart, you remember that life. It's not removed from this one, it's inside of this one. Don't look for it outside, look for it inside. You see, that's where we come back to life. That's where a lot of people, when you externalize that search, well, you're going in the wrong direction. So it could lead you in some good places, but it doesn't get you there. The arousal of innocence is truth, and it starts inside of each one of us. And that makes each one of us a gateway to paradise. We just have to allow it to be. We have to allow ourselves, no matter how bad we've been. And, I know some of those folks back there in D.C. are pretty damn far gone, but look at imagine what's behind them. These are the visible presences that you can see, but they're just puppets. So imagine what's behind them, Can you find love for some monstrous thing like that? Well, I think you already have, because you find it in yourself. When you find it in yourself, it automatically extends into creation around you. So be conscious of what you're doing there, water protectors, in that capitalistic place that seemed more like a hairy asshole than a capital of any sort. Well, just understand the love you're there to share, man. And let it flow through you, no matter what else happens, no matter who you meet with or don't meet with, or how well received, or whether you all get busted or whatever. Just keep that flowing love there. Keep that innocence alive, man. Don't respond to them in any non-innocent way, man. Stay in that loving heart of yours. Show them how it's done. Leave that energy behind you, and it'll do nothing but grow and grow and grow. See? And we cured him despite whatever. See, there's no stopping love. It's the ultimate power. That's what I mean when we take it out of their hands, We return all beings to conscious presence. So they can only do, quote, quote, the right thing. The right thing by each other. For the greater good we all live. And consciously present in that greater good, do we act. And there is no longer the displeasure or the pain to go with it. That's innocence. That's the divine heart experiencing itself innocently orgasmic, which makes it very, very expansive, which indeed is the very source, the beginning of creation. And you get it here day after day, but especially on a Free Day Friday at Spring Creek, the headwaters of life, with Grandpa Coyote, Okiwan Kenobi, and friends who are the angelic realm, your cousins, uncles, and sisters and brothers, and all of that kind of stuff, the extraterrestrials, our ancestrals who are angels as well, etc. You cannot live in the 3D without you being an angel first. That is, if you're going to be human now, of course. Or anything associated with human. Well, in fact, I'll let you know a little secret. It's all angelic. Love you so, don't you know? That's the innocent heart revealing itself. Maybe for the first time in your life. I don't know. Hopefully, this is just a continuation and an expansion on an experience you've already began. But if this is the first time, bless it, because it lasts forever, baby. Yes, and it is much better than the first time of that other thing we won't even talk about, man. Shoot. This is old Grandpa here at the headwaters of life. But you know what? Got your heart right here inside of me, don't I, man? Just like my heart's there inside of you, see? We're living it, baby. That's what makes it real. Right here on the Hazy Radio Network, that's the deal that you feel. Right here with Grandpa Coyote day after day. But Monday and Friday, the best days, because there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in between them. It's like a sandwich, man. And here's where we put the finishing touches on it for the day, man. Let's go take a little dip in those magical waters over there and leave a little bit of our love and energy in that water and watch it transform the whole landscape around it, man. Ooh, babies, you know, they used to call that place, what, the Garden of Eden? Now I call it, you know, wow, paradise, man. Everywhere you look is the face of life looking back at you and loving you for being you, man, and celebrating that life, too, in the most glorious and spectacular, blossoming sort of ways there could ever be. I'd say